As a strategy gamer, I like immersion. I think immersion is the next big step.
My name is Melde. I'm the YouTube manager here at Stardock. So I've been thinking about this a lot. What will the next generation of strategy games look like? Or play like, rather. So I've been talking with two people who I'm pretty sure thinks about this question all the time.
My name is Brandon Wayward Castille. I run a blog called Wayward Strategist.
I'm Brad Wardell. I'm the founder and CEO of Stardock. I want to be able to see my people living out their lives and see the effects of my decisions on a world.
A lot of the time, you're in these empty play spaces that are clearly designed for you to fight another person.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit before Brad and Brandon gets into the vision. Where does the vision come from?
Back when I was in college, this is 1989, and I really fell in love with Civilization, Sid Meier's Civilization. And from there, I was just hooked. I just loved the idea of building empires and that kind of thing in game.
In the early 90s, this was, Warcraft, Orcs and Humans, Warcraft 2. My dad and his friend, they lived around the block from each other, and they would play on LAN. And it was really fun, as a little kid, watching all of these things moving around.
I really like the idea of building something. Like in the old days, before there were video games, people liked model trains. There were all kinds of hobbies that involved creating something, building something. I think it's one of the reasons why Minecraft is so popular now, is that strategy games really touch on that part of the human nature that strives or yearns to create things and watch them grow and thrive. And strategy games, at least good strategy games, do that.
I think there's just this appeal in general to feel like you're a commander or a general, or you're in charge of, a lot of moving pieces, whether or not they directly represent people. It's similar to why people play sim games. It's this feeling of being in control.
One of the things that strategy games are fundamentally unique about is that you're controlling a lot of guys, right? It's not, most strategy games are not just you, right? In other words, it's not just when you're a first-person shooter, you are controlling yourself, and your ability to impact the world is based on what you alone can do.
With RTS, you can say, I won, I conquered my opponent. And it's not just through, I was better with a gun. It was, I outthought him in every possible way, and that's why I won.
So let's get back to exploring that vision that Brad and Brandon was talking about. This vision of strategy games as living systems.
This is the one thing that I think will be the next big thing that will really make strategy games become more popular, is that we're entering in what we call fourth generation engines as core neutral engines, and that's what we have with Nitrous. And so I picture, for example, a Galactic Civilizations 4 or some other RTS where I can zoom in and I actually see my people living.
When you look at a game like Horizon Zero Dawn and you look at the screenshots in the scope and you just get blown away, and it's like, oh man, I wish you could have an RTS that gave you that sense of scale and wonder, and that you're not the only thing in the world.
One of my favorite games of all time is called Pirates. And one of the things I really liked about Pirates is that I'm sailing around and I'm just one ship I'm doing my thing, but the Caribbean is, there's ships traveling around. It's a living place. And if anything should be a living place, it should be the Star Control universe. So when I'm traveling around on my adventure, there should be other ships doing their own thing, and I'm just one ship amongst many, and I can interact with those ships if I want to and talk to them and do stuff. But the universe is not just me and everyone's sitting around waiting for me to interact with it. That's immersion to me.
I mean, even Homeworld Deserts of Karak had this a little bit. There were times where you would just look out at the map and say, wow, this is a big empty desert. And, a lot of RTS maps, it's very obvious that it's just a play space for being competitive. You don't often in RTS get the indication that you're in a living world full of other things.
I want to be able to see my people living out their lives and see the effects of my decisions on a world.
And I'm hoping that we can get another RTS game where just the scale of it, this not even how many things are on the screen, but that sense of wonder is kind of missing from RTS right now.
Thanks a lot for watching. Remember to give a comment if you have your own idea or a vision for future strategy games. See you in the next video.